here today with Laura Witt. How you doing, Laura?
Good. How are you?
I am very, very good. Thank you.
Good.
So why don't we kick this off by just sharing a little bit about yourself and about your company?
All right. So I'm from the Naperville area. I went to high school. I went to Naperville North. And after that, I went to college to Eastern Illinois University. And I have a degree in economics.
Okay.
And so for about, 14 years, I was in sales. I was in the mortgage side of sales. And in that time, I'm married and I had 2 children, and life was crazy. So my husband and I decided it was time to move. And so we moved out to Oswego. And along with that move, it was just time for me to quit my job and that type of thing. One of my children has special needs, so I was really kind of busy with that. And that, of course, was my focus. So I probably stopped working for about 6 years. And so I found that when I'm working and then you go to not working, it's like a whole other world of people and meeting people and contacts, and it's kind of lonely. And so I'd been wanting to go back to work the last few years. My kids are older. My oldest one graduated early from high school this year, so he's in college now. And I just felt I needed to do something. So I knew I didn't want to do anything as far as like part-time on the weekends. My husband travels all the time. He's gone all the time. So really the only time we see each other as a family is the weekends. So I didn't want to work nights and weekends, and I have teens and I needed to be home. So a couple years ago, I developed some health issues, and I've always been an athlete. I've always eaten really clean. I've always exercised. That was never a problem. But for some reason, I was getting sicker and sicker. And so after 5 or 6 doctor's appointments, we finally found out what was wrong and supplemented my health with these pills. And it wasn't working, of course. And because you have to fix the underlying problem. You can't just mask the symptoms forever.
Right.
So in doing that, a friend of mine introduced me to Isagenix, and she said, "Hey, I know you're suffering. We have this amazing product." And I said, "Well, I can't do that because I have this allergy and that allergy." Like I was so like, "Oh no, I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do anything." So I was very closed off to trying the product, and she's like, "Laura, just try it for 30 days. If you don't like it, if it doesn't work, if you don't feel better, you get your money back anyways." So I bought the product, and long story short, it worked wonders. So people started asking me about it. And I'd always been into health and wellness. I was really, really reading a lot about food and how it impacts your brain. And I learned that a lot of things that our children consume impacts their brain. Like I said, my oldest one has special needs. He has Asperger's. So just from eliminating certain things out of his diet, he totally changed. And I know it sounds weird, but that was just the experience that my son had. Yeah. So my girlfriend started asking me, people at the gym, because I went to the gym every day, "What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah." So I started sharing this product and my story with them. And my girlfriend, my neighbor, said to me, "Laura, quit telling them to call me. You need to do this business. You know a lot of people. You're not afraid to talk to people. You're not afraid to introduce yourself to people, blah, blah, blah. And you want to go back to work anyways." She kind of knew I was looking to do that. And I said, "Yeah, but I don't want to do like night parties. It's just not my thing. And I have 2 teens. Like I had every roadblock." And she said, "You don't have to run it that way. You can run it whatever way you choose." So I was like, okay. So I kind of crunched numbers, and I was like, oh, so I just let you make all the money that I could have been making. Like it was more than a part-time job. So needless to say, I jumped in with both feet, and I am learning as I'm going along. I've been doing it for almost 2 years, and I am passionate about helping people regain their health through nutrition because it's possible. And I'm in nutrition school. So as kind of a perk when you sign up with me or when you let me help you, I have a lot of nutritional background as well. So I'm in it all. I'm not just selling my wares. Just buy from me. That's not who I am. If you don't want to, that's great. I'm not going to drag you to try my products. I know what they can do, and I know there's science and research behind what I know as proof of how great these products are. So I have the best of both worlds. I get to talk about what I love to talk about, food and nutrition and how it impacts our body. I get to work out when I want. I get to meet amazing people that are also health-minded. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of a win-win. And then I can make money on top of it all. So it's almost like the trifecta. So I'm really fortunate to be able to supplement, some income for our family and go from there. So yeah, I love it.
So the Isagenix product, it had a personal impact on you and your special needs child. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? I mean, I'm a firm believer that nutrition is huge in your life, and I believe that if you fix your nutrition, you stick with health and fitness, something good's going to happen. And
absolutely.
So, I mean, can you share?
Okay, so I can only share his story, and he but I can't. We don't fix anything. We don't claim to cure anything.
Exactly.
But it's a no-brainer because you put good food in, good things are going to happen. It's just what it is. So the premise of our protein is that it is an undenatured grass-fed whey. So anyone who knows anything about grass-fed anything, whether it's butter, pasture eggs, grass-fed beef, that lowers your immune system. And it helps boost everything that your body's going through. So when a lot of Asperger's, it's in your brain, and a lot of stuff is not firing right. It's agitated, it's inflamed. So it helps to calm down a lot of that inflammation in your brain. It's loaded with omegas and amino acids and all these things that I was already supplementing him with. However, the one caveat that makes these shakes amazing is they contain digestive enzymes. I don't know if you're familiar with digestive enzymes, but when in your intestines, your villi, it lays like this, and it really should be like this. So if it's like this, nothing's going to be able to get through to you. No nutrition, no anything, no matter what you're eating. Maybe just a little bit can get through. So it raises your villi so you can absorb 80 to 90% of what you're drinking in this shake. And so not only did his impulses stop, his grades improved, his behavior improved. I didn't get phone calls. 1 year he had 34 write-ups for behavior. He was in a special needs school, and he had over 34 write-ups. And that's probably not a lot at that school, but that's just a lot. Mm-hmm. And within maybe 8 or 10 months, he was down to about 4 write-ups. So I knew I was doing something right. I mean, of course, I took gluten out of his diet. I tried to take dairy out. That's the hard one. He will not give that up. All organic, grass-fed as much as we could. I mean, everything that I could do to try to heal his gut and heal his brain and give him the nutrition his brain needed. He needed the fish oil. He needed the omegas. Like, all that stuff impacts your brain. And it made such a huge difference on his behavior, his thought pattern, you wouldn't know anything was wrong physically. It's more the communication aspect of how he understands things. So I can tell, he's 18 now, so I can tell when he's out driving and had a hamburger, like ate crap, because he doesn't understand generalized statements. Take the garbage out. Well, that would only mean to him take the garbage out, not the recycle bin also. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't understand so I can just tell, what are you talking about? I didn't have bread or whatever. So, but I can't, I can only he thinks it doesn't impact him, but I'm like, yes, it does. So he's 18, it's what they do. But I make him choke down a shake every day at least. So yeah. And same with my younger one. She's 16 and she's in gymnastics. And so it helps with soreness. It helps with strength. I mean, girls need that anyways, especially athletes. So it's just made a huge impact on our family. And I don't, I just know about proteins, and I know no other company has this type of protein. And so I think that's what really helped me in my autoimmune disease. I just think it calmed down that immune system. So you can take a pill all day long, but it's just going to mask the symptom. It's not going to calm that down. So
Exactly.
I hope that makes sense. But
No,
he has amazing experience with the products.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, you're pretty excited about the impact that it's had on your family. You know,
for sure.
Outside of your family, or in other circumstances, like what gets you most excited when you hear about these types of stories? I mean, what?
Probably what I'm learning in my nutrition school is exactly the experiences that people are having when they put these products in their body. So it's validating a lot of what I see on this side of it, like what I see in my isogenics business world, and then what I'm learning in my nutrition school. So the master formulator of isogenics has 30 years of formulation experience. He's what drove him to start the business was he was ill and he couldn't find anything to help him. So obviously he's like, well, I'm a formulator, I can make my own stuff. So he formulated this amazing product, and we get it out to the masses via network marketing. It's the best profession on the planet. And I get to talk to people all day, and I get to hear, Jeff, I get to hear these amazing stories from people.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm getting at. And
they're not, it's not just about weight loss. We do all pillars of health. So we have athlete packs, we have better sleep and joint support systems. So it's not just the weight loss. Of course, 2/3 of America are overweight. So that's the majority of our stories and our success stories. But there's so much other good stuff going on, especially with the kids when it comes to these products.
Yeah. And so what I was really digging at is, I can feel the passion that
right.
for the product and what it does.
Totally.
And when you hear, those types of stories and you see the results, and I don't know about you, but it's just so much more gratifying to be in a business that you're able to kind of deliver those kind of results and also get rewarded for it. So
well, absolutely. And I don't dread going to work. I can work from home. I can work from the coffee shop. I can meet people at the coffee shop all day. I mean, I meet people everywhere I go, because I'm always looking for people that, well, always need to make more money, but just people that are outgoing. Hey, if you know anyone, blah, 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 here's my card. People are like, oh, thank you. Okay, it's not that hard to say hi to people. But I don't know if it's the Midwest, but people get creeped out if you smile at them. It's very odd, So when you run across someone who's friendly, you're like, oh, hey, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. So it's just a good conversation starter. It's not like I'm not there to sell them anything, just to, hone my skills, I suppose.
Right. So besides going to school, what else do you do to stay on top of your game? Stay positive, stay focused, stay healthy?
Probably staying focused. What I do mainly is I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of research. Like if I read something in a book, I'll be like, oh, let me Google that or whatever. So I have a lot of great books that I use as resources to keep me kind of on top of my game. I'm the type of person that I need to know more than just, here, this will work. That's just who I am. Because I don't want somebody to ask me a question and be like, I don't know, just buy it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like that. Some people can do that. That's great. That's just not me. So I think product knowledge, listening to webcasts are huge. We have podcasts that come out every week, new ones, whether it's on product or whether it's on the sales side of it. So those keep me plugged in. We have phone calls we have regularly every week. So, and I can chime into any team call. I don't have to be on their team, which is really nice. So there's a lot of things that I can do to stay connected and stay motivated and keep moving forward.
Excellent.
And I use them all. Because it can get lonely sometimes,
right.
It can. So, but I use it all. So, yep.
So, so if you're sitting across from someone and they're contemplating whether it's coming on, as a business opportunity with you, or, contemplating going into something of their own, what kind of advice would you give them? They're just starting off.
If they're just starting off, get to events. Those are huge for building the belief in what can be their future, what can happen with the products, what can happen with their financial situation. And we have events constantly. Local, we have them here, Oswego, Naperville, Oak Brook, down south, Minnesota. I mean, we have events everywhere. So we can build teams everywhere. But I think the biggest thing is getting them to events and to see that there are real people that are truly having success in the industry. So.
Okay, good. Yeah. So you are a member of the Co-Opvertising Network, and you know, yeah. And so, you know, if you had an opportunity to ask the group for anything, what would that be? And then also, you know, what do you feel like you can bring to the group to better their experience as well?
Good question. I think as a group member, definitely sharing their posts, learning what they do, sharing that. You know, I'm on a ton of Facebook groups. Somebody's always asking for some product, some service, something. So I like to share when I can, if it's applicable. And then as far as what they can do for me, gosh, it's not always about who you know, it's about who you're going to meet in my industry. So I always ask people, I'm not here to tell you anything. If you want to buy my product, it works and it's fantastic. But who do you know? Do you know any personal trainers? Do you know any chiropractors? Do you know any gym owners? Do you know others that are looking to lose weight that would like to do this with you? Do you know anyone who has kids and they're very picky eaters? I mean, there's so many solutions that we have. You know, we have this thing called sleep spray, and it's just a liquid melatonin, and I could build my business on sleep spray because Americans don't sleep either. They're overweight and they don't sleep. You know what I mean? So, you know, it really just depends. It's more about the right questions to ask. You know, again, you know, who do they know? Do they know gym? How about a salon owner looking to supplement some of their income at their salon? So it isn't just a sport nutrition company. It is more than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, when Laura's video comes out, make sure you share it with all those gym owners and salon owners and people that, you know, can benefit.
Oh, absolutely.
So if people were trying to get a hold of you, what would be the best way to get a hold of you?
My cell phone would be the best way.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to give that out?
I will be glad to. 630-514-9402. That's my cell. Call me, text me. I'm always around.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate your time, Laura, and
thank
you so much for sharing your business and your passion.
You bet. Thank you.
We'll look forward to seeing you online.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
All right.